Now if you're feeling kind of low about the HQ you're playing, the answer's coming much too slow. And you want to win, but somehow you just keep on losing. You can't decide which way to go. Yeah, I understand about red delicious, but I don't care about octopi. Each cutie's living in competition. Well, all I want is to leave no HQ behind. Yeah! Put that in your Monday night and smoke it. What up, you crazy kids? Greetings, Earthlings. I'm your host, having just another manic Monday. Baller, brawler, Scott caller, Rogowsky, hitting the highway and making you money the flyway on HQ, the live mobile game show where you answer questions to win cash, where I'm live and in living color from the greatest city on earth, the city that never sleeps, Columbia, Maryland. With over 400,000 of you, including Addie and Ingrid in Sedona, Trisha and her son Lucas and daughter Olivia, best art teacher ever Lucy Seguin, Laura from Highest, Ranty on the street just now, what up? Sam Eckstein with the Spring Bone, the Funyun and their Cleveland Toy Drive, and happy birthday to fellow Scott Sale, 51, Kyle turning 81, Carolyn Howard turning 74, and Katya L. something. I'm not going to try pronouncing your last name. And the shout-outs to Southpaws continues on this International Left-Handers Day. What up, Rube Waddell? I see you, Eddie Plank. Ooh, Kim Carl Hubble. Prince Hal Newhouser, Vida Blue, Tom Glavine, Mad Bum, Chris Sale, and the big unit, Randy. It's baseball. Let me tell you how we do the voodoo on HQ. I'm asking 12 questions tonight. If you answer them all correctly, I'm giving you 5,000 Diplos, 5,000 Danger Mice, $5,000. You could treat yourself to a nice filet mignon and wash it down with some Prosecco, as it's also National Filet Mignon and National Prosecco Day. Should have used the production budget. Use that production budget to get me some of that filet and Prosecco. Worked with a lobster. Are your thinking caps strapped? Are your smarty pants hiked up? Are you feeling quiz sane in the membrane? What does that mean? I don't know. Who cares? Let's HQ this thing. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get this show on the road at Numero Uno. In our solar system, all planets orbit around what? My large adult son, Beyonce, or the sun? In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate but equally important groups. But in the solar system, the planets revolve around not my large adult son, Rico, but the large gaseous sun, Saul. Saul Lipschitz. That's his full name. Sorry, Bayhive. The sun is your answer, and here comes the sun, little darling, for all 453,690 of you rising in the east for Q2. A bullseye is the best possible play in a traditional game of what? Twister, darts, or Jenga. Bonsai is the best possible thing to scream in a pottery barn when someone drops a ceramic accent lamp. But bullseye is what you should shout when you toss your dart dead center on the board. Darts! Bullseye! That's your answer here at Q2. 446,483 like a bull in a china shop, destroying this quiz, charging for Q3. One of Mark Twain's most beloved characters shares a name with what tart fruit? Boysenberry, Halleberry, or Huckleberry? Oh, we love our curvy wives, and we love our tart fruits here in HQ. I asked about cranberries last night. A lot of you got flooded out of the bog with that question. The huckleberry, often confused for the blueberry, is the state fruit of Idaho, and also the title character in Twain's Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, of course. 428,273 rafting down the Mississippi with me to Q4, where Halle Berry features again. Halle Berry and Anne Hathaway have both portrayed what superhero on film? Batgirl, Catwoman, or Wonder Woman? Halle Berry, hallelujah, holla back, I'll do ya. Beast! Halle was in beast mode in 2004 playing this ferocious feline in her namesake film. Pretty bad one at that. While Hathaway played her in The Dark Knight Rises. For my money, no one captured the essence of Catwoman better than Fife Dog, Michelle Pfeiffer. But we're talking about Catwoman, not the... Well, we are talking about the woman who played her too. What up, Julie Newmar, Eartha Kitt? I'll shout you out too. Lee Merriweather, 382,400 of you. Horrific on the prowl for Q5. In Ernest Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises, Pedro Romero practices what dangerous sport? Bullfighting, mountain climbing, or spearfishing? Gotta roll my R. Horrific job, HQTs. For whom does the bell toll on this cue? Papa wrote a whole lot about this popular display of animal cruelty, though it doesn't seem like he ever tried it himself. Ole! It's bullfighting. No lollygagging when you're bullfighting. 310,855 are running with the bulls to Q6, but we bid a farewell to the arms, hands, and fingers of a whole lot of you there who are out. Q6, Kim Kardashian popped a bottle of champagne in a famous cover photo for what magazine? Vogue, Paper, or Rookie? We are at the halfway point this evening, my fellow HQDs. When this issue dropped in 2014 with the newly minted Kim Kardashian West showing off her impossibly rotund derriere, accompanied by the phrase break the internet, well, it did. And it put Paper magazine on the map. It's a map of the city of New Orleans, which is the capital city of Kardashian. 97,970. Remember their 4-year-old publications? You guys don't remember that? You thought it was Vogue? Oh, boy, Roberto, we lost 215,000 on a savage question. 97,970. Zooming along to Q7. Which of these bands released its debut album most recently? Chicago, Kansas, or Boston? That was savage. Like I'm Jewish. Not fully savage. You got that? I make the calls on what's savage, and that was slightly savage. Does anybody really know what time it is? It's 9:08. Chicago released its eponymous debut as Chicago Transit Authority in 1969. Didn't catch on until a year or two later. Kansas also self-titled its first effort, released in 1974. But Boston, I gave you more than a hint earlier in this game tonight. Boston broke out in 1976, selling 17 million copies, one of the most successful debuts ever, and 42,120. Just another bunch of HQTs out of Boston. More than a feeling, you're getting Q8 right now. In a famous William Carlos Williams poem, what kind of fruit was eaten out of the icebox? Peaches, pears, or plums? Oh, you've got peace of mind right now. Don't ya, Boston fans? Before becoming a Twitter meme, This Is Just to Say was a short poem by William Carlos Williams, a principal figure in the terrible roommate movement of poetry. It was about plums that were eaten out of the icebox. Forgive him, they were delicious and so sweet and so cold. 22,978 plucking Q9 out of the quiz box tonight, traveling in that red wheelbarrow to Q9. Which of these animated television shows ran the most episodes? The Flintstones, Futurama, or King of the Hill? Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones. They are the modern Stone Age family. But you won't be having a yabba-dabba-doo time if you tap the Flintstones. They only ran for 167 episodes, which is far fewer than King of the Hill's run of 258 episodes, which is far more than Futurama's total of 124. So King of the Hill is still your answer there. King of the Hill is king of the question, and 11,488 of you could be king of the quiz tonight. You've got a sense of humor. You laugh at Tony Danza. Bobby, we're going to Q10. In Inca folklore, a lunar eclipse occurred when what animal tried to eat the moon? Jaguar, wolf, or dragon? I'm sure you pronounce it like the pretentious British car commercial voiceover guys. Jaguar. Nowadays, we all get geeked up about a hashtag lunar eclipse. Do it for the gram. But that hasn't always been the case, guys. You ever hear the phrase howling at the moon? That comes from the Inca people who were terrified of the lunar eclipse because they believed a giant jaguar was eating it, and they tried to scare the jaguar away, making noise, beating their own dogs to make them bark. It's all true. Allegedly. 6,866 riding in their jaguar to Q11, the penultimate question of the night. A 1930s observation of cat's brains played a key role in the discovery of what? Photographic memory, fight or flight response, or REM sleep. Fight or flight, classic response, one of my favorites. We go from big cats, jaguars, to little ones here, little cats in Richard Clower's lab in 1936 that were hooked up to EEG machines while they slept. These experiments are considered the precursor to the discovery of REM sleep, without which we'd have no band REM. So they're very important. This is very important, guys. 3,986 shiny, happy HQTs are standing in the place where they quiz and night swimming on to Q12, the final question of the night. It all boils down to this. 3,986 HQs looking to make $5,000 the hard way by answering Q12 and taking home our cash prize or a share thereof. Who's making money move? The highest mountain on which of these continents is named after a person? Australia, South America, or Africa? I'm going to have to break out my pronunciation guide for this one, folks. Australia's Mount Kosciuszko. Mount Kosciuszko. That's the tallest peak in Australia at 7,314 feet. South America's tallest is the Aconcagua, 22,837 feet. Africa, Kilimanjaro, 19,308 feet. Those are some tall mountains. Now, the last two there, those two names come from phrases rooted in indigenous languages. But General Tadeusz Kościuszko was an 18th century Polish freedom fighter and a U.S. ally during the Revolutionary War. He's been honored all around the world, including the BQE here in New York. Australia is your answer at Q12. And 1,966 are our big winners, baby! 1,966 HQs cruising over the Kosciuszko Bridge, taking the J train to Kosciuszko Street. Yeah, it's like Kosciuszko. I'm Polish. I should know how to say it, but it's not Kosciuszko. That is for darn sure. Congrats to 1966 of you, winning $2.55 or 54 cents, depending on how the HQ cookie crumbles. G-shush. I like that. Guy Fieri tribute there. Oh, you sooner, boomer sooner. Jundi Ka interjected with some money. Fred G13, Jenny Betts, Megaday, and Ann May with some beautiful roses. Maybe you can buy another stem or two to add to your bouquet. And folks, that's our game tonight. Come back mañana, 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. That's right, we do day-night doubleheaders here at HQ every weekday, every night at 9 p. And this Thursday, we're hopping our DeLoreans, wink, and going back to the 80s with all 12 questions about that glorious decade, the Reagan-Bush years, baby. Study up on Falco. I'm going to ask all 12 questions about Falco. Until we meet again, I'm signing off for tonight saying, my name is Scott, and it's been 4,000 days since my last drink. It was my first and last blackberry schnapps. I was more animal than man.